Just a few decades after discovering the West Virginia white butterfly, naturalists across North America became worried about its future, citing concerns about its already limited ranges and univoltine, one generation a year, life cycle. The butterfly has suffered considerably over the years. Historically, logging and clear-cutting forests for economic development created severe habitat loss. According to one source, a full 2/3 of deforestation in the United States occurred between 1850 and 1910, the same period when the West Virginia white was first identified as a possible species or subspecies. In 1935, one naturalist argued that with the loss of its habitat and short life cycle, the West Virginia white may soon become our first extinct eastern butterfly. Although the butterfly managed to survive through severe deforestation and habitat loss, the West Virginia white is considered vulnerable and even endangered in some parts of its range. It is now threatened by other factors like climate change, deer browsing, and plant invasion. Climate change, even in the last 100 years, has caused shifts in when different species come out each year. Some plant species, like garlic mustard, seem to move with the warming temperatures and have come out an average 2 weeks earlier in the last 100 years. In contrast, the native host plant of the West Virginia white butterfly, two-leaved toothwort, appears to be indifferent to warming climate. However, the West Virginia white butterfly seems to be responding to climate change, and one model that I generated predicts that the butterflies are coming out about 12 days earlier than they did 100 years ago. As warming progresses, the butterflies may come out before their host plants and have nowhere to lay their eggs. Deer are also a threat to the West Virginia white. Overabundant deer eat all of the wildflowers that the West Virginia white and other early spring butterflies rely on for nectar. In addition, deer tend to avoid invasive plants like garlic mustard. Their avoidance causes an increase in ground cover of invasive plants in the forest. Garlic mustard is perhaps the most important threat to West Virginia whites. It attracts adult females who lay their eggs there instead of on their appropriate host plant. This egg-wasting behavior is driving populations to extinction. Time will tell whether our efforts to control deer and garlic mustard are enough to save this butterfly from extinction. In the meantime, head out to a forest near you and see if you can spot the rare West Virginia white before it's too late.